Hey there, my fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. It is your buddy, the old angler, ready to dive deep into what promises to be a truly intriguing day on the water. Today, we are dissecting the fishing forecast for Ireland on the 29th of November 2025. Now, I have been looking at all the data, and this day is shaping up to be a real head-scratcher for some, but a prime opportunity for those of you who know how to read the water and understand the fish. Stick with me, because I am going to reveal exactly how the weather, the water, and even the moon are aligning to create some unique fishing conditions, and I will give you the practical tips you need to fill your nets. This is not just a forecast, it is your battle plan for success on the 29th of November. Let's get straight into what is biting and how to outsmart them. First up, for our freshwater enthusiasts, let's talk about the mighty Pike. My friends, November is absolutely prime time for these freshwater titans in Ireland, and this day is certainly no exception. With the water temperatures continuing their cooling trend, pike are really switching on, looking to pack on weight before winter truly sets in. Where to find them? Forget the shallow bays where they might have been a month ago. This week, focus on deeper water, think around 6 to 10 meters. Look for sharp drop-offs, the edges of deep weed beds, and any kind of underwater structure like sunken trees or rock piles. The pike will be holding in these ambush spots, waiting for schools of roach or perch to swim by, seeking those more stable temperatures. What to use for pike? This is the time for big, slow presentations. A large dead bait like a mackerel or herring, fished static on the bottom, can be absolutely deadly in these conditions. If you are a lure angler, do not rush. Slow-sinking, large, soft plastics in natural colors, like roach or perch patterns, will be your best bet. My little trick for today is to work your lures slowly and deliberately, pausing them often. Pike can be a bit sluggish in these colder conditions, and a slow, tantalizing presentation often triggers that strike, offering them an easy meal. Remember, conservation is key here in Ireland. You can only keep one pike under 50 centimeters in length, and all pike over 50 centimeters must be returned carefully to the water. Also, live fish as bait are strictly prohibited. Next, let's turn our attention to the thrilling sea bass. Believe it or not, November can offer some truly incredible bass fishing along the Irish coast, often yielding some of the largest specimens of the year. The sheer abundance of bait fish like lance, garfish, and sprat, often pushed around by the prevailing winds, makes bass incredibly active. Where to search for bass? You will want to target them along the southern and western coasts. Do not shy away from rocky outcrops, sandy beaches with good structure, or areas where strong currents create feeding lanes. These are their hunting grounds. What to use for bass? Big topwater lures that cause a lot of commotion are proving incredibly effective, especially around first and last light. Fishing into the dark on a rising tide can also be highly rewarding. If you prefer bait, consider fresh crab and razorfish, which are often irresistible to bass. Remember, friends, bass are a protected species, so be mindful of minimum size limits and local regulations. Finally, for those who enjoy a more relaxed session but still want action, there is the humble but rewarding perch. As the water temperature continues its downward trend, coarse fish like perch will move into deeper parts of lakes and canals, seeking stable temperatures. Where to search for perch? Look for them along features like underwater humps, canal lock gates, and deeper sections of slower-moving rivers. What to use for perch? Small, soft lures jigged slowly, or a simple float rig with a worm or maggot fished close to the bottom can be very effective. Now for the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base that underpins our forecast. Let's break down the conditions for the 29th of November 2025 across Ireland. The weather outlook is going to be crisp, my friends. We are looking at a distinctly cold day, with daytime highs only reaching around 6 to 9 degrees Celsius, dropping to a chilly 2 degrees Celsius at night. The morning will hover around 3 degrees Celsius. Critically, it looks like a largely dry day with 0 millimeters of precipitation forecast for most areas, though some localized wintry showers cannot be entirely ruled out in the coldest spots. This cold snap means we can expect some frost and ice forming, especially as evening approaches. The atmospheric pressure is likely to be stable and high, which, combined with the clear skies, can often lead to more consistent, albeit challenging, fishing conditions. A cold northerly or easterly wind will make it feel even colder, so bundle up. This drop in temperature will make fish sluggish in the shallows, pushing them to deeper, more thermally stable areas. Water temperatures. In Irish coastal waters will be around 10 to 12 degrees Celsius, continuing their downward trend for late November. Freshwater temperatures will be similar, perhaps a degree or two colder. This cooling water is the major driver of fish behavior right now. It means that while predators like pike and bass are active, taking advantage of abundant bait fish, coarse fish are becoming less active in shallow areas and are already seeking deeper sanctuary. This drives fish into more predictable, deeper locations where they feel safer and find more stable temperatures. As for the moon phase, on the 29th of November 2025, we will have a waxing gibbous moon. It will be approximately 62 to 65% illuminated and about 8 to 9 days old, steadily growing towards the full moon. Now, in terms of fishing folklore, a waxing gibbous moon is often associated with good fishing, as the increasing light and gravitational pull can encourage fish activity, especially around dusk and dawn. The moon will rise in the mid to late afternoon and be high in the eastern sky at sunset, remaining visible through most of the night. This extended moonlight might encourage some nocturnal feeding, which can make the early morning or late evening bites particularly strong. So, what is the overall activity for fish in Ireland on this day? Considering all these factors, the stable, dry, albeit very cold weather, cooling water temperatures, and the active predatory fish seeking to feed before winter, I am giving the fishing in Ireland for the 29th of November 2025 a good 2 capricious odd rating. It will not be easy, but it definitely will not be absent. The stable high pressure and cooling waters will encourage fish to hold in deeper, more consistent water. However, the abundance of bait fish and the clear activity of pike and bass, combined with a generally dry forecast and good moonlight, mean that if you are prepared for the cold and apply the right tactics in the right spots, you could have a fantastic day. Coarse fish, as mentioned, will be tougher to find, concentrated in deeper, less accessible spots, so my friends, get ready for a rewarding challenge. There you have it, friends, your comprehensive forecast for the 29th of November. I wish you all the very best of luck out there. May your lines be tight and your reels sing. Go out there and make some memories. Do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and let me know in the comments below. What are your plans for this cold November weekend? Have you had any luck with pike or bass in the recent cold snaps? Share your observations, and let's keep this conversation going.